So to put this into Unity, you'll need to start with Unity Hub. You should already have this. You installed it earlier. And you want to be on the Projects tab at the top and start a new project. Editor version, you should have 2022.3. something, maybe 62 like I have, but 2022 is the one to use. Choose the 2D and give it a title. Over here on the right it says project name. I'll call this ChemEd 2025 demo. So give it a title that you'll be comfortable with, and then create project here in the lower right. Then it should start up. It'll take maybe a minute or two to load that new project, so give it time to do so. So it's recommended you start with the pencil and paper. We'll do this for chemistry, and there's a lot of times in chemistry where you want students to classify things, so we'll do that as the first example. I'm going to use types of compounds. You can have up to 6 categories. You don't have to copy me, but I'm going to do just 3 categories of the 6, and I'll choose these titles: ionic and covalent, and then we'll have numerous examples in each category. Here I'm going to write macromolecular. You might say network solids, whatever terminology you use in your class. But things like diamond, silicon dioxide, that's what my 3rd category is. And then you'll need to write some examples of each kind. You can have up to 6 examples in a column. I'm just going to do a couple. So NaCl is ionic, CH4 is covalent. So you get the idea of filling it out, and then if you have enough examples, then students can learn to see patterns. That's the goal, right? Or to test their knowledge, saying, you should already know this. Let's see if you actually do. Once you have it completed as much as you want, you don't need 5 examples. You could have only 2 examples if you want. You could have 5 examples of covalent. You could have 2 examples of ionic. They don't have to be equal. But once you've filled it out to the way you want it to be, you have 2 choices. One, you can take this to your leader. Take me to your leader. Because the program leaders here, the workshop leaders, can turn this into a video game that you can play on your phone, for example, in just a few minutes. You can do the same steps, but it might take you a little longer. So if you want to do it yourself, you just continue with this video, and it will lead you through the steps, which will probably take about 20-30 minutes to turn this into a game you can play on your phone.
So go back to your computer and check to see whether your Unity project has finished loading. If it looks like a blank screen, that's good, and we're ready to import some assets into this project.
You'll need to get what's called a starter package from a Google Drive. So to find that, do bit.ly/bit.ly chem with Unity, all lowercase, no space, and that should take you to this Google Drive here. Number of starter packages are presented. You want this one. It says Tile Grid CSV Starter Package for ChemEd 2025. So go ahead and download that. And it may take a minute to do that. And you'll need to be able to find that downloaded file.
So now we'll merge the assets you downloaded into the project that is blank.
So here at the top, go to Assets, Import Package, Custom Package, and click that. Then you have to find the downloaded starter package. So for me, it's in Downloads, right there, CSV starter package for ChemEd. Boom. And I just click it, and it comes up with this big long list of assets. So I say import. That should be pretty quick. It's not many megabytes. It's megabytes, not gigabytes of data. And so in just a few seconds, we have all these assets. Okay, so these are things that I made for you. They're not made by Unity. And we're ready to start with the making your game, right? Your tile grid game. So now that you have all the assets, you need to open the scene that was made for you. So at the top, there's File, Open Scene. Should have a Scenes folder. And inside, there should be a ChemEd starter scene. So select that one and click Open. And it should look like this. So now we're ready to input the data you had on your piece of paper so that Unity can read it and display it properly. So here on the left, which is called the hierarchy, find CSV Reader, highlight it. On the right, you should see this Read CSV Script. You need to have a data sheet. You can double click this to open it. You'll notice below that there's a box you can check or uncheck. For you, I recommend you keep it checked because it will auto format chem subscripts. So formulas like CH4 and H2O, it'll format the subscripts for you. To open the data spreadsheet, just double click here. For me, Excel comes up, and it should look like this for you. It's mostly blank, but it has some headings. If you'd used your own spreadsheet, you made your own spreadsheet, then type in the headings that are appropriate for you, and then you type in your examples. So if I have a couple ionic examples, and maybe some covalent examples, you don't have to do anything special with the subscripts. It'll do it automatically for you. So when you're ready, just say Save. The warning will come up. Do you want to keep using the format of CSV? That's comma separated values. You say yes. That's what Unity reads, is the comma separated values. Minimize the spreadsheet. Back to Unity. Press play. And it should be a playable version of the game that you designed. If you put the tile in the wrong place, there's a sound that will tell you. If you put it in the right place, it'll turn green and there'll be a happy sound. And that's it for this instructional video. To make it be a game you can play anywhere in the world, it needs to be on the web. That is the next instructional video, video number 8 in the Chemistry with Unity series. How to make a WebGL build.